having to reshoot a video that I started a long time ago, and I had missing footage, so I'm just refilming the parts that I somehow deleted. But this is how I do my daily salad prep, well, weekly. This is a romaine lettuce, and I learned from several different sources online to use a lettuce that does not have a high water content. You don't want to use an iceberg lettuce because once you cut it up, more often than not, it's going to get mushy in the bowl. Also, you want to steer away from wet vegetables such as tomatoes. Some folks say cucumbers, but I haven't had any problems with cucumbers. This is your salad batch for the week, and the longer those wet vegetables sit in there, the runnier the salad's going to get, and you don't want that. So the first thing I'm going to do is chop this romaine up. You can get a head of romaine at Walmart for like $2 or around there, and it's plenty for a week. I like to add a lot of different things to my salads. All right, so I'm just gonna scoot that around a little bit. Okay, one end has more crispy pieces, so I just kind of make sure each bowl gets some of that crispy. Here we go. Now we just kind of spread out this crispy among the bowls, these little white pieces. So now I'm just spreading out more of the dark green leafy part. I'm not sure what size containers those are. Looks like it holds about three cups, maybe. Normally I buy the bag of broccoli from Sam's, and it's usually somewhere around $2.30, but the last time I went to buy some, I wasn't impressed with the freshness of it. So I don't have broccoli this time, but what I did find is this broccoli slaw, and it has broccoli, carrots, and red cabbage in it. Now, I'm just going to disperse it amongst my bowls. You can put whatever greens or anything you want in your bowls as long as it's not wet. So I like to use the Roma tomatoes because one of these little tomatoes is just the right amount for one salad, and you get enough of them for each one of your bowls. And just day of, when you go to eat your salad, you just cut up your tomato and put it in there before you chop it. I also like these English cucumbers because they chop up perfect amount for the daily salads. Another idea, I like to throw a few green olives in there, and I know those aren't low salt, but a few of them won't hurt you. Another thing you could do is the can of the salad corn. That's nice, even though I usually put frozen corn and frozen peas in mine on the day of chop. Let's see, what else do we do? Beets, you can use beets. I usually cook my own, but haven't done that in a while. But you can put whatever you want in your salad. So I've cut both ends off, and I'm just going to cut it into 6 equal portions, just like that. And then I'll just start slicing them. And then I'll quarter the slices. Just like that. I like to have a lot of color in my salad, and I like to have a lot of variety. So I'm going to cut a side off of this red cabbage, just like that. And then I'm just going to chop it up. This stuff flies all over the place while you're trying to chop it, so I just distribute it amongst the containers here. Now, a bell pepper. All right, I'm going to cut this into 6 pieces. And I'll be able to cut those up and distribute it amongst my containers. Now I'm going to add some chopped green onions to each one of these containers. You can make really quick work of chopping green onions using your kitchen shears. That just speeds up the process. I love radishes, so I have 3 really big radishes. I'm going to cut each one in half and then chop those up and distribute it amongst my containers. Now I'm going to grate up a carrot. I had been purchasing shredded carrots already bagged up, but I have found you have to be really careful with those because they just go bad really quick. I like to shred my own carrots. I also love using fresh parsley or cilantro, whatever I'm in the mood for, and just chop it up and disperse it. I use it like an extra green. Also, I like to put oregano in mine. It gives it a sub sandwich kind of feel to it.